Some of history's worst people were also the best dressed. Al Capone, once officially designated public enemy number one, was the archetype of the well-dressed gangster. But behind the polish was a ruthless crime boss, blamed for dozens of murders, including the St. Valentine's Day massacre, and a reign of terror that made him a household name.
I'm a legitimate businessman.
Decades later, John Gotti, the Dapper Don, brought the tradition into the media age. He favored Brioni suits and meticulous grooming. Behind the charm was a mob boss convicted of 5 murders and dozens of other crimes. Even in death, he was laid to rest in a tailored suit, dapper to the very end. Beijing, at the height of the Cultural Revolution, a city remade in the image of Mao, a political purge disguised as revolution. At the center of it all was his wife, Jiang Qing, the woman history would call Madame Mao. The Mao suit became her armor, a symbol of purity and equality. Yet behind the facade was a past of frustration, a struggling actress, overlooked, embittered. Her marriage to Mao Zedong transformed her life. From anonymity to the very apex of political power, she seized control of the arts, dictating what could be performed, sung, or painted. Books were torn apart, teachers were humiliated, factories fell into the hands of zealots. The Little Red Book became both scripture and weapon. By the time the Cultural Revolution burned itself out, between 500,000 and 2 million people were dead. In the late 19th century, when Japan opened itself to the West, Yokohama became the gateway to foreign ships, foreign goods, and new kinds of opportunity. By the 1960s, the Yakuza ruled Japan's streets. Violence was their language, intimidation their currency. The first Yakuza bosses wore their contradictions on their sleeves. Beneath the sharp suits and immaculate grooming, tattoos marked them not just as criminals, but as a brotherhood. The Nazis understood the power of spectacle. They turned the streets of Germany into a stage. The uniforms for the SS, the Nazi regime's elite troops, were manufactured by Hugo Boss. In parades, the uniforms magnified the machinery of war, and soldiers became icons of a militarized state. The Nazis had murdered more than 11 million people, 6 million Jews, alongside millions of Romani, political dissidents, disabled people, prisoners of war, and others. What you wear matters. Some of history's best-dressed people weren't just dangerous, they were dressed to kill.